tracked the Telugu Desam from the time of N.T. Rama Rao, and in fact he is the biography of he is the author of this book, Maverick Messiah, which is a political biography of N.T. Rama Rao, and someone who continues to track the Telugu Desam very closely as well. So a lot of VIPs arrival there, but today's the announcement that we have got of the list of ministers to be included, only one seat has been left as of now. As expected, of course, Pavan Kalyan there, only next to Chandrababu Naidu, which means that he will be the deputy chief minister. And third in the reckoning is Nara Lokesh, who in fact last time round when he became a minister, he was elevated from an MLC to become a minister. This time he has taken the proper route of being elected through Mangalgiri itself. And the mix you are seeing, 3 JSP ministers, 1 person from the BJP, and even that Mr. Amit Shah had to, and Mr. JP Nadda came in, and then the choice was made of Satyakumar Yadav, who is someone who has worked in fact as PS to Mr. Venkaiah Naidu as well, yes. An old hand of the BJP.
Yeah. Oma, this is a completely new political experience, not only for the people of Andhra Pradesh, but also for TDP as well as Naidu. Naidu never ran a coalition government.
He ran a coalition government, but
that was a very nominal kind of thing, 2014. Actually, there were 4 MLAs from BJP and they got 2 ministries. Now, this time they have 8 MLAs, but got only 1. So things keep changing.
But the difference also perhaps is that NDA government at the center, NDA government in the state, double engine may work well for Andhra Pradesh, which requires huge amount of help. But the NDA at the center requires TDP. The TDP in the NDA in Andhra Pradesh doesn't require anyone else.
But still, Chandrababu Naidu went for coalition. They have been calling this as NDA government. We never heard that term in the past, at least in Andhra Pradesh. For the first time, I think we are hearing this new term called NDA government. So this is not TDP government, let us remember, this is NDA government. Chandrababu Naidu was elected as NDA legislature party leader yesterday. So that is the difference. So I think Chandrababu Naidu also will have to be aware of this new reality, and he seems to be realizing that. Yesterday there was a small incident on the stage wherein all the 3 leaders came in. Chandrababu Naidu was sitting in the chair and he observed that
Ramcharan now coming in as well. That's what we have seen now in the visuals.
So Chandrababu Naidu was sitting in the chair and he observed that his chair was a little special compared to the other 2, where Purandeshwari BJP leader was sitting and where Pavan Kalyan Sena chief was sitting. So he immediately called the security people and asked them to replace that and make it similar.
The optics there very important because Chandrababu Naidu has been time and again. He knows that Pavan Kalyan is actually a baby in politics compared to Chandrababu Naidu. This is the first election that he is winning. First time he is going to become a minister, possibly a deputy chief minister. And yet he wants to treat him like an equal because when he was in jail, the man who gave him hope was actually Pavan Kalyan. Isn't it?
He has been very conscious of this new reality. And he makes it a point to give importance to Pavan Kalyan at every opportunity. And it was clear yesterday also that he is going to continue the same thing. So, because you see, there are a lot of actually concerns among people. How would Chandrababu Naidu be able to run this government? Because Pavan Kalyan and Jana Sena want to expand.
That's a very important political point that you're making because at a time when Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP is actually reduced to only 11 seats, they actually, Chandrababu Naidu has a bigger mandate than 1994, the mandate that N.T. Rama Rao got at that time. And what happens in such a case is that he ends up not having an opposition. So that space is largely empty. We don't even know if Jagan Mohan Reddy will come to the assembly.
In fact, Uma, actually there was talk earlier that Pavan Kalyan might not even join the government because he wanted to occupy that opposition space. He would be the opposition leader, in fact, if he chose to. But just because they had pre-poll alliance, probably he could not have done that.
Also, the expectations of the Jana Sena cadre that they should be. the cadre would have had big expectations, because even when the alliance was being formed, they were a little disappointed that Jana Sena was limited to 21 constituencies, that they had to fight only 2. Of course, they gave a strike rate of 100%, which showed very well for a Pavan Kalyan, who's otherwise not done too well electorally in 2019. He was not able to win both the seats that he fought on. Vasudha, we had more political guests that you wanted to bring in as well.
Stay with us. Pula Rao, so the optics of this event, if you look at the stage, there is OPS, O Paneerselvam, also an NDA partner. There is Praful Patel, there's Eknath Shinde, there's Chirag Paswan. So clearly, it is just not a BJP or a TDP function. The NDA seems to be really important there. We saw Bhuvaneshwari walking in with Purundeshwari. So the optics are very interesting. The pictures and the visuals tell a story, isn't it? What is it that you get, sir?
First of all, there's a little bit of a dig I have to take. Everybody likes a winner, and therefore they all came. They had nothing earlier to do with Andhra Pradesh, but, they're chief ministers, and knowing Chandrababu Naidu, he would have invited a wide array of people. You saw Rajinikanth on the stage. Behind him, you saw Paneerselvam, then the former governor of Telangana. So, he would like to send a message that this is a very important event, and he's a very senior chief minister. And all these people have come, not only the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, and Mr. Nadda and Mr. Gadkari. All these leaders have come. So therefore, he would definitely like to make it that he is a very senior and important politician, and they have all come for this swearing in. As opposed to the time in 2014, of course, I think the Prime Minister came at that time. That's the message he wants to give. And of course, there is a little change in circumstances. There is a government which is running. Modi is not a new Prime Minister. He's been there 10 years. He will continue in the style. There's going to be a little more cooperation. But there's one undercurrent which we must note. No doubt, Chandrababu Naidu got 131 MLAs out of 175. But generally, everybody admits it would not have been possible had it not been for the coalition and Pavan Kalyan's inputs over the last 5 years or 7 years.
Right.
So therefore, there is that element where he has to take into consideration.
Right.
Every step of it is watched, that he is treating these people okay. Otherwise, there will be social divisions faster than anything else. So he's very careful. I just heard some people say even the size of the chair, he notes, he's taking all these precautions. And definitely he's a seasoned man, 45 years experience. So he will try to avoid the glitches and problems which had come in earlier tenures. And, he knows there was a very bitter defeat the last time. He ended up in the same way as Jagannath Reddy. He has come back. This is a revival he never expected. And therefore, there will be lots of safe. I will believe he will be very safe in his performance, attitude for the moment.
Right. So it's a star-studded event there. Chiranjeevi, of course, superstars of the south of India. Of course, Rajinikanth is also there present with his wife, Lata Rajinikanth. We can see Chiranjeevi there. Sarath Kumar, another ally of the NDA, whose wife, Radhika Sarath Kumar, fought from Birudunagar, also walked in. That is Nara Lokesh, also expected to take oath today. The son of Chandrababu Naidu and also the General Secretary of the party, Pavan Kalyan's brother, Chiranjeevi, is also present. And it must be a poignant moment for him because he started politics there with Praja Rajyam Party, and today Pavan Kalyan could be taking oath. That is a big moment for the family. Sajjan Kumar, couple of things that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has been saying in the last few days have been very surprising when he says that he's going to be accessible, he's going to completely focus on political governance, not on bureaucracy. He's going to focus on also party and organization building. And yesterday he said that there's no room for demolitions and also vindictive politics. So clearly, with the kind of numbers that TDP saw both in parliamentary and assembly elections, one would have expected probably a different tone, but this is confidence with caution, isn't it?
Exactly, confidence with caution. And the background is simple that this time the revival of TDP and the historic mandate they have got is a result of coming together of the leadership from various sections, and certainly Pavan Kalyan being one who helped stitch the NDA alliance, bringing BJP, TDP and Jana Sena together. Second, it also led to that sort of a mandate would not have been possible had Pavan Kalyan not ensured that besides Kammas, other social groups who, particularly the agrarian communities like Kapus, who are the, largest constituent in terms of the single caste group, they also come together. And then the kind of mandate also shows that even among the core constituency of the YSR Congress, Reddys, there also the party has a very good track record. So the mandate itself is a reflection of a very inclusive social constituency cutting across the region, caste, communities. And that is why the background from which Chandrababu Naidu, just 6 months back from being incarcerated, bouncing back as a chief minister, is a result of that sort of a very inclusive, very kind of a coalescence of a multiple caste, community, regions, aspirations. So that is why you see the change of the tone. So it's a reflection of the kind of the mandate that has made it possible for Naidu. And also he is very much conscious that when he lost mandate way back in 2004 to YSR Reddy to Congress, that time one of the criticism was that he was too much into technocratic mode of a governance, which alienated his own party, and something that also was a critical point in 2019 when he lost the mandate. So that is why I think while his pro-reform, technocratic aspect will be there, but he is very much conscious, dusted and beaten by the experience,
right,
that he is going to be accessible. Yeah.
Right. So Chandrababu Naidu all set to take oath for the 4th time as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh in a few minutes from now. Several guests there, including NDA allies Eknath Shinde, Praful Patel, Chirag Paswan, and several others. Uma, to you now, there is a sense of speculation that Mr. Naidu could have adopted a formula to ensure that NDA partners also get their due share in the cabinet, because we did see what happened with respect to the national politics also, and there is a certain understanding that a minister for each 7 MLAs one could have been chosen. Of course, we also see Satyakumar there, and also explain to us what kind of political arrangement needs to be done with respect to balancing the Kamma, Kapu, Reddy, SC/ST factor in Andhra Pradesh. Do you think TDP would have been very careful to ensure that happens?
First of all, Chandrababu Naidu 4.0 is going to be quite different from the earlier 3 phases of Chandrababu Naidu as Chief Minister, because like we have been discussing, Chandrababu Naidu has got a mandate of 94% of the people who have voted, and Andhra Pradesh, as you know, actually was the state that polled maximum number of votes in this particular election. 82% polling was really a very, very high percentage. And yes, he has taken care of the caste and region equations as well. Interestingly, Ramesh Garu, you were just pointing out that Rayalaseema in fact has got a very good representation, because if Rayalaseema was considered a place where the YSRCP or even the Congress in earlier times was strong, now the TDP has been delivered that mandate.
Yeah, because it has been the bastion for Congress earlier, and now YSRCP. I think even Jana was shocked actually.
Yes.
Looking at the results from Rayalaseema. And Chandrababu Naidu wanted to acknowledge that fact that Rayalaseema gave so many MLAs to the alliance. That's why they got a lion's share this time. That is 3 from each district, from 2 districts. Whereas the other districts got only 1 each, including I think Chittor, his native district. Anyway, this is...
The caste is also something that's been taken care of, because we were talking about this as an election where Reddys are on one side and Kamma and Kapu on the other side, we say.
But Reddys got 3.
They got 3 ministers. You cannot ignore Reddys in Andhra Pradesh, isn't it?
They are politically very strong. Only Jagannath Reddy made that mistake by inducting only 1 minister from Kamma community.
They are also a powerful community. 5 Kammas now represented. There are 4 Kapus in this ministry. You also have about 6 or 7 from the backward class community. And yes, you have representation from the SC, Mala and Madiga. There's an ST as well. 3 women have been represented. 1
Muslim.
1 minority
That's very
community person.
Because there is nobody in the central cabinet. That's one thing. And secondly, during the last Chandrababu Naidu cabinet, he did not have a minister from Muslim community. So this time I think he took care of that.
So that's a very conscious decision, I think, because Chandrababu Naidu has, through the election campaign, also said on this issue, I'm going to be different from the center. And I think both these leadership of the BJP at the center and the TDP leadership in Andhra Pradesh are going to do their separate things on the minority issue, because they have realized that this is what we are going to do with regard to minorities.
The fact that Lokesh made a statement saying that reservations for Muslims or minorities will stay in Andhra Pradesh, And nobody
Okay,
from,
sorry to interrupt
BJP
you,
actually
Uma. Those visuals are saying that, Mr. Naidu has reached, and of course, that's the Prime Minister who's reached there, Narendra Modi, Prime Minister. This is all the NDA allies, or almost all NDA allies are present at Chandrababu Naidu's oath-taking ceremony. He's going to be sworn in a few minutes from now as, for the fourth time, as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. That's the Governor of Andhra Pradesh. Prime Minister has just arrived there. In fact, the BJP was represented by Amit Shah, the Home Minister, and JP Nadda, who arrived.
For the national anthem. Kindly, I request you all, kindly please rise for the national anthem.
Please rise for the national anthem. Thank you very much, sir.
So that is the oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu. He's all set to take oath as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh for the fourth time. And in the last few days, he has often talked about how there is no room for vindictive politics. TDP, of course, plays a very important role in national politics also. TDP is the most important constituent of the NDA alliance that is led by Narendra Modi, 16 MPs. In fact, TDP will also have the cabinet portfolio for aviation and also MOS for rural development and commerce. Chandrababu Naidu all set to take oath as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh in a short while from now for the fourth term. In fact, the BJP was represented by Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP President JP Nadda, who arrived last night. They were received by Nara Lokesh, the General Secretary of the party, and that is the Prime Minister now arriving. He had, in fact, said that he would be taking part in Mr. Naidu's oath-taking ceremony. BJP and TDP and Jana Sena fought the elections together, and in fact, they won 16 seats in the parliamentary elections and also swept the assembly polls. Please, let's listen in.
నేను నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం విధేయత చూపుతానని భారతదేశ సార్వభౌమాధికారాన్ని సమగ్రతను కాపాడుతానని ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతఃకరణ శుద్ధితో నిర్వహిస్తానని భయం గాని పక్షపాతం గాని రాగద్వేషాలు గాని లేకుండా రాజ్యాంగాన్ని శాసనాలను అనుసరించి ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను. నేను నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నా పరిశీలనకు వచ్చిన లేదా నాకు తెలియవచ్చిన ఏ విషయాన్ని నా కర్తవ్యాలను సక్రమంగా నిర్వహించేందుకు అవసరమైన మేరకు తప్ప ప్రత్యక్షంగా గాని పరోక్షంగా గాని ఏ వ్యక్తికి లేదా వ్యక్తులకు తెలియపరచునని లేదా వెల్లడించని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
power. So Chandrababu Naidu's mandate that he has received this time round is certainly a little different, he himself has said, from any other mandate he has received ever. He has called this an historic mandate because of the kind of numbers that have come in. He has spoken about migrant labor spending their own money and coming to vote for him, and he says people from across the continents, whether Australia or America and the Gulf countries, all of them have come in and to vote for him. And he says in fact that that's why Pavan Kalyan, of course, going to be taking oath next. The list that is given, the pecking order is very, very clear, with Chandrababu Naidu, of course, sworn in as the Chief Minister, and then his team, top of which the list is Pavan Kalyan, Konidala Pavan Kalyan, someone who has been an actor, someone who has been an aspiring politician for a long time and then jumped into politics. 2014, when he did support the NDA, he had not participated in the elections directly, but he did ensure, or he did help the NDA at that time also to win, and now taking oath as top of the team of Chandrababu Naidu. Naidu has been very, very careful about the optics, about ensuring that they come across as equals.
Konidala Pavan Kalyan ane nenu శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం విధేయత చూపుతానని, భారతదేశ సార్వభౌమాధికారాన్ని సమగ్రతని కాపాడుతానని, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతఃకరణ శుద్ధితో నిర్వహిస్తానని, భయం గాని పక్షపాతం గాని రాగద్వేషాలు గాని లేకుండా రాజ్యాంగాన్ని శాసనాలని అనుసరించి ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను. నేను కొణిదెల పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా నా పరిశీలనకు వచ్చిన లేదా నాకు తెలియవచ్చిన ఏ విషయాన్ని, నా కర్తవ్యాలను సక్రమంగా నిర్వహించేందుకు అవసరమైన మేరకు తప్ప ప్రత్యక్షంగా గాని పరోక్షంగా గాని ఏ వ్యక్తికి లేదా వ్యక్తులకి తెలియపరచనని లేదా వెల్లడించనని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
Yes. So Pavan Kalyan has taken his oath, and we are now talking about how important this mandate is. The next on the list, in fact, is going to be Nara Lokesh, is what I reckon. That's the list that's been provided to the governor, and the Chief Secretary Neerab Kumar Prasad is in fact reading out the names one by one. And Nara Lokesh, are you thinking, Ramesh Garu, that Nara Lokesh, the baton could actually be passed on to Nara Lokesh in this term of Chandrababu Naidu as Chief Minister at a time when he has received such a huge mandate, and he has also proved himself through that Padayatra that he did. He walked over 3,132 kilometers in this.
I don't think during this term Lokesh is going to take the baton from Chandrababu Naidu. It's also doubtful whether Chandrababu Naidu himself would be willing to do that. Because Chandrababu Naidu cannot live without politics so long as he is active. So I don't think this time he is going to really.
విశ్వాసం విధేయత చూపుతానని, భారతదేశ సార్వభౌమ అధికారాన్ని సమగ్రతను కాపాడుతానని, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతర్గత శుద్ధితో నిర్వహిస్తానని, భయం గాని పక్షపాతం గాని రాగద్వేషాలు కానీ లేకుండా రాజ్యాంగాన్ని శాసనాలు అనుసరించి ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
నేను
నారా లోకేష్ అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా నా పరిశీలనకు వచ్చిన లేదా నాకు తెలియవచ్చిన ఏ విషయాన్ని నా కర్తవ్యాలను సక్రమంగా నిర్వహించేందుకు అవసరమైన మేరకు తప్ప ప్రత్యక్షంగా గాని పరోక్షంగా గాని ఏ వ్యక్తికి లేదా వ్యక్తులకు తెలియజేయనని లేదా వెల్లడించనని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
So Nara Lokesh now taking oath, and the order in which the oath is being taken is a reality of Andhra Pradesh now, isn't it, Mr. Ramesh? That after Chandrababu Naidu, even though Nara Lokesh is second in command in Telugu Desam, that is all indication after the kind of a padayatra that he did, that kind of established him as a leader on his own, not just someone who has come out of his father's shadow now and emerged as a leader on his own, but Konidala Pavan Kalyan is the one second on the list, and he's going to be Deputy Chief Minister.
Yeah, during 2014 and 19, Lokesh was unofficially the second in command. He was not officially, but unofficially he was the second in command. And this time, he was thought to be officially he would be second in command. But things have changed. So Pavan Kalyan's name is on the top of the list, which means he is going to have a big say in the government after Chandrababu Naidu, that is. So
it will be very... and say that Kinjirapu Acham Naidu is someone who is actually the brother of Yaram Naidu and someone who is the uncle of Ram Mohan Naidu, and therefore two people from the family, should I say, one getting a union cabinet post and another becoming minister in Chandrababu Naidu's cabinet. Please go ahead.
Acham Naidu is also the president of Andhra Pradesh TDP. Because TDP wanted to give that message. Acham Naidu is a BC from North Andhra, and his family has been there with TDP for a long time. So his family got two prime posts. His name figures third in the list. That shows how important this man is. And Ram Mohan Naidu, as everybody knows, at the age of 36, he got cabinet rank. Probably the first ever cabinet rank minister at 36.
One thing I must point out here, while he got civil aviation, which is a high-profile, glamorous ministry, but it is not a very substantive ministry in that sense. So, but do you read in it also a power equation there, that if some of the power rises in Delhi, it may be difficult for Chandrababu Naidu within the TDP pack?
I don't think it was Chandrababu Naidu's choice. It was purely BJP choice. I think BJP allocated the portfolios. And to my knowledge, Chandrababu Naidu did not insist on portfolios. Secondly, the civil aviation ministry is also important for Andhra, especially because Bhogapuram International Airport, which is a prestigious thing for Andhra, will have to come up. It got stalled during Jagan's government. It was actually inaugurated, foundation stone was laid during Chandrababu Naidu's time, between 2014-19. But unfortunately, things did not move very fast during Jagan's regime. Now, because Ram Mohan Naidu is the civil aviation minister, things might move a little faster. And very interestingly, last time it was Ashok Gajpatraju who was civil aviation minister.
At that time, unfortunately, Hudhud had struck, but his being civil aviation minister perhaps helped in the airport being reconstructed at the earliest. Vasudha, this order of the ministers in which after Kollu Ravindra, we have Nadendra Manohar, who is the second in command in the Jana Sena party. But there is also history to Nadendra Manohar, which I must touch upon here, because Nadendra Manohar is the son of Nadendra Bhaskar, and someone who was, should I say, in the TDP history, infamous in 1984.
But Nadendra Manohar has been in Congress party for a long time. He left Congress party in 2014 after the bifurcation and joined Jana Sena. He has been, I think, very loyal to the party, and Pavan Kalyan actually bestows a lot of faith and confidence in Nadendra Manohar. A lot of people within Jana Sena actually oppose him because he belongs to Kama community. which is
I just wanted to bring out the irony of it that Nadegla Bhaskar was someone who had tried to overthrow Mr. NTR, and at that time Chandrababu Naidu had come in and almost like a savior for NTR in 1984. Back to you, Vasudha.
That's very interesting, N. Manoharan, the point person that we all, think for Mr. Pavan Kalyan, of course, is going to play a very critical role in the TDP cabinet. Thank you, Uma. Please stay with us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, other NDA leaders, also Home Minister Amit Shah, JP Nadda, BJP President, all present at the oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu. We can see Eknath Shinde, Praful Patel, Anupriya Patel, of course, Chirag Paswan, several people present at the oath-taking ceremony. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has taken oath as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. This is the fourth time he has been sworn in as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, also seen as a kingmaker in the NDA alliance. Let me go across to my colleague Aishwarya, who's also tracking this event from the ground. Aishwarya, tell us, what is the mood like and what can we expect even as ministers continue to take oath? What kind of formula has Chandrababu Naidu used to put in place his cabinet?
Well, celebrations all the way as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Soon after Chandrababu Naidu was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh for the fourth time, firecrackers being busted outside the venue as far as the oath taking is concerned. Now, let me show you these visuals. We are outside because there are heavy jammers. Prime Minister's presence is at the swearing-in ceremony, but still people are walking towards the venue, and this is almost a kilometer away where we are reporting from because of the network issues, but certainly still people are lined up to go to have just one glimpse of their leader, of Chandrababu Naidu and other dignitaries who are present there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also had arrived some time back over here. As far as the swearing-in ceremony is concerned, he will directly go to Bhubaneswar from here on, but certainly top leaders of the NDA also there, including the stars from Bollywood and Tollywood, Rajnikant to Chiranjeevi to Allu Arjun to Balakrishna. All are there present. Remember, there are also councillors from different countries who had been specially invited for this oath-taking ceremony. But as we saw yesterday, as soon as Home Minister Amit Shah and Bharatiya Janata Party President JP Nadda arrived in Vijayawada, he, along with Mr. Shah, directly went to Chandrababu Naidu's residence. There they had almost 40 minutes of that meeting, and soon after that the Andhra Pradesh cabinet was finalized. Now it is very clear that 24 of the MLAs are taking oath as the ministers of the Chandrababu Naidu cabinet, and it has a mix of combination as far as the youth presence in the cabinet is concerned, the experience is concerned, women, backward, everybody. But certainly, this is a message that Chandrababu Naidu wanted to send out, that they are with the NDA, and 100%, the cooperation with the centre is something that will be required for next 5 years, and that's being showcased in a mega swearing-in ceremony today as well.
Right. Thank you, Aishwarya, for joining us with those details. Let me go across to Pula Rao now. Sir, Pavan Kalyan took oath. He was the second person to take oath. So clearly, he is going to play a very important role there. He is the brother of Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi started the Praja Rajyam party. I still remember this whole 5 rupees thing, which for that, at that time, it just seemed like the first initiative to crowdsource for a political party. But of course, Pavan Kalyan has seen electoral success this time, despite trying very hard last few times. Tell us, how do you see the rise in the stature of Pavan Kalyan and the kind of role that he's likely to play? Because when Mr. Naidu was arrested, like my colleague Uma was also pointing out, it was Mr. Pavan Kalyan who gave a lot of hope to Mr. Naidu.
You say Pavan Kalyan did help his brother in a very big way in 2008 when he formed that Praja Rajyam. Praja Rajyam did well, but they lost, the triangular fight first time. Instead of carrying on like Pavan Kalyan, Chiranjeevi merged his party with the Congress and became a minister, and that was over. Then when Pavan Kalyan resumed his activities on his own in 2014, there was a lot of credibility gap, whether he'll also wind up his party, this, that. But without contesting any seats in 2014, he supported the BJP and Chandrababu Naidu, helped them come to power. Jagan was quite powerful even then. Jagan was very competitive, even in that election, 2014. 2019, Pavan Kalyan then said he will contest on his own because he did not get along with Chandrababu Naidu. There were many, many issues. Too short to go in here. He contested on his own. He secured 5-6% votes, lost most of them, all the seats, and including himself. But he persisted. And unfortunately for Jagan, instead of dividing his opponents, he attacked all his opponents at the same time, and they were all united. That's the very strange thing which Jagan brought about. He united his enemies. And Pavan Kalyan, Chandrababu Naidu started working together, and BJP came along. There's the rest of this history. You know what happened was, he had a multiplier effect on the election. Multiplier effect. And he gave a lot of courage. His cadres were everywhere. And let me tell you, he gets crowds without paying for it. Everybody knows that. He gets crowds. He's got a huge following. He could withstand all the pressures of the government and became a source of great energy, stability, and if I may say so, he was the fighting force of the opposition.
Well, that's a very important point. Let me go across to Sajjan Kumar. Thank you so much, Sajjan, for waiting so patiently. Chandrababu Naidu, in some ways, was seen as the first tech-savvy chief minister of any state. He was fondly called the CEO of Andhra Pradesh. He was seen as pro-industry, pro-investments, pro-corporate. He was also seen as empowering wealth creators. But now, Andhra is a welfare state known for Jagan's model of welfare schemes. How do you see that shift happening? And also, his own politics, of multiple flip-flops, as somebody who took over the party after his father-in-law, somebody who's been with the BJP, also with the opposition, leaving the party, leaving the NDA fold in 2019 over not so very cordial terms. So how do you see that politics and, of course, his governance vision shaping in the upcoming cabinet?
నా కర్తవ్యాలను సక్రమంగా నిర్వహించేందుకు అవసరమైన మేరకు తప్ప ప్రత్యక్షంగా గాని పరోక్షంగా గాని
Sajjan, you're on mute.
లేదా వ్యక్తులకు తెలియపరచనని లేదా వెల్లడించనని
one should not see a contradiction or a binary between a technocratic vision and a very socially inclusive vision, because that was the decade of 1990s when India has opened it. And then Chandrababu Naidu, of course, created the Hyderabad as a Cyberabad sort of a thing. And that became a kind of a template for the kind of e-governance model that's something one witnessed. But then also came the critical aspect of that it's not inclusive. And then we see in 2000, every party has created a fine balance. So all the populist policy, welfare schemes that you see, even at the national level, you see every party has to continue something that is there. But side by side, you also have to go for some sort of a pro-reform vision wherein you create infrastructure, you create some sort of a more kind of a governance which is more kind of coordinated. So that way, you find Chandrababu Naidu or Narendra Modi, they all have the same template wherein they have to ensure a kind of a very reformist development wherein from the agrarian, the non-agrarian shift has to be created to include more people into the mode of economy and finance. But side by side, you also have to give a cushion. You cannot leave the bottom of the pyramid at their own fate. That market cannot percolate. So that is why Jagan has lost the electoral arithmetic, but still he is sitting at 39.5, nearly 40% of the vote percentage. And many of his populist schemes were popular among the women, etc. But he lost because the opposition vote came together. So that is why it has to be a kind of, because Amravati will require a lot of infrastructural investment and that will catapult the health. So it has to be a fine balance. So something you see at Andhra and center will remain the same.
Thank you, Sajjan. Just hold on to that thought of yours, and we will come back to you after the break. Also, Mr. Pullarao, please stay with us. Time for a short break. We are continuing to track this very important story of oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu for the fourth time as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Time for a short break. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
our life is anyway quite easy these days because हमको वो कैश कैरी नहीं करना पड़ता है. We can make the payments just using UPI. हमारे फोन से इंस्टेंट एक QR स्कैन करके हम पेमेंट कर देते हैं. बट द क्वेश्चन इज कि अगर आपके पास में आपका वॉलेट नहीं है और आप यूपीआई के भरोसे घर से निकल गए, लेट्स से यू डोंट गेट इंटरनेट सिग्नल एज वेल. समटाइम्स ऐसा होता है और आपको अगर वहां पे यूपीआई से पेमेंट करना है, हाउ वुड यू डू इट? गाइस, द सिंपल आंसर इज कि आप बिना इंटरनेट के भी यूपीआई से पेमेंट्स कर सकते हैं इफ यू जस्ट फॉलो द फॉलोइंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस. सबसे पहले आपको आपके फोन से डायल करना है *99#. जी हाँ, ये कुछ ऐसा ही है जो पहले हम डायल करते थे, *123#, *121#, फॉर ऑल आर बैलेंस चेक इंक्वायरीज. तो जब आप इस नंबर को डायल करते हैं उसके बाद यू कैन फॉलो द प्रॉम्प्ट्स और आप जिसको भी पैसा भेजना चाहते हैं उसका यूपीआई आईडी या फिर मोबाइल नंबर एंटर करने के बाद अपना यूपीआई पिन साथ में ऐड करके पेमेंट कर सकते हैं इवन वाइल यू आर ऑफलाइन. It simply means that it's functional and it's secure as well क्योंकि आपको आपका UPI पिन यूज करना होता है. So next time you're in the mountains, next time you are stuck somewhere with no internet and you want to make an payment कहीं पे भी, तो आप कर सकते हैं with the help of offline technique जो मैंने आपको बताया. Tip is very useful. याद कर लो इसको, कभी ना कभी जरूर काम आएगी.